My friend, this is definitely because the NFL is on fire behind the scenes. One of the league's most promising cornerbacks may be about to make a move, and the names being bandied about will leave you speechless. The Seahawks may be interested in a trade, and the Buffalo Bills, Packers, Chiefs, and even the Ravens are already appearing as possible destinations. Just imagine, this guy arriving in Buffalo to strengthen the secondary at a time when the season needs it most. I've got exclusive information on this possibility, and my friend, if it comes to fruition, it could be a game changer for this season. So subscribe to the channel and get ready, because I'm going to tell you all about this potential impact right now. The NFL market is heating up, and the Buffalo Bills are once again at the center of rumors. Despite boasting a talented roster, the team has struggled to maintain consistency on defense, especially in the secondary. And this has led General Manager Beane to begin looking outside the box for an immediate solution. And that's where the name that's making waves around the league comes in. Riq Woolen, cornerback for the Seattle Seahawks and a 2022 Pro Bowler. According to insider Ian Rappaport, NFL Network, Seattle may consider offers for the young defender, and 4 have already emerged as possible destinations: the Buffalo Bills, the Green Bay Packers, the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Baltimore Ravens. And among them, the one most speculated as an ideal destination is Buffalo, the team most in need of a reliable and explosive corner right now. The Bills' defensive situation is delicate. Tre'Davious White has yet to rediscover the high level that made him one of the best in the league, while rookie Maxwell Hairston, a first-round pick, the first-round pick remains sidelined and has no concrete debut date. Coach Sean McDermott avoided giving any specifics, which heightens the sense of urgency within the franchise. With an uneven campaign and an increasingly competitive AFC, Buffalo knows it needs to act quickly, and Woolen could be exactly the kind of reinforcement that changes the pace of a defense. Even with ups and downs in 2025, the player's numbers are compelling. This season, he's allowed 66.7% completions and has a 111.2 passer rating, below expectations, but far from alarming. After all, we're talking about an athlete who, in his rookie year, limited opponents to just 55.3% completions and a 72.8 passer rating. That potential is still there, and in a disciplined system like McDermott's, Woolen could quickly rediscover his peak and bring back the aggressiveness that Buffalo's secondary has lost. Another factor that makes the deal attractive is the financial aspect. With just $2.2 million in salary cap space, Woolen's contract is extremely affordable. This would allow the Bills to add him without having to dismantle other parts of the roster. And with the cornerback market increasingly inflated, this could be the perfect opportunity to take a bold step without compromising the future. Meanwhile, Green Bay is still trying to recover after losing Greg Newsome to the Jaguars and seek stability at the position. Baltimore, meanwhile, is dealing with a string of injuries and may try something to keep the season from slipping away. But, according to sources close to the league, the Bills are the most active and willing to pay the right price. This transfer wouldn't just be a trade, it would be a statement. A clear message that Buffalo still believes it can compete at the top of the AFC even after a challenging start to the season. And if the deal does happen, Riq Woolen could become the name that reignites the defense's flame and restores fans' hope for a time when they can compete with anyone. And while the backroom buzzes with the possibility of this after a major trade, the field holds an unexpected twist. Just when the Bills need a breather most, a breaking news story completely changes the mood for the Week 6 matchup. Fate finally seems to be giving the Buffalo Bills a small gift. After weeks of injuries and inconsistent performances, Sean McDermott's team received news that could significantly alleviate the pressure on their battered secondary. Wide receiver Darnell Mooney, one of the Atlanta Falcons' key weapons, is out for the Week 6 game. The information was confirmed in the team's official injury report released this Saturday. Mooney was out of practice all week due to a hamstring injury sustained in the Week 4 victory over the Washington Commanders. Since then, the receiver has been unable to recover in time and will now be a confirmed absence for the matchup against Buffalo. For the Bills, who have struggled to contain the opposing passing game, this is a real problem. The cornerback duo of Tre'Davious White and Christian Benford has been one of the most criticized aspects of the defense, and rightfully so. According to NFL Pro data, White has allowed a 121 passer rating when targeted, while Benford has impressive passing qualities with 127.2, having already allowed 4 touchdowns this season, a number that ranks among the worst in the league. And let's face it, facing a receiver like Mooney under these conditions would be a nightmare. Even without impressive numbers at the start of 2025, just 7 receptions for 79 yards, Mooney is a proven threat. Last year, he fell just 8 yards short of the million-yard mark and accounted for 23% of the Falcons' total pass catches, an impact few defenses have been able to contain. His absence completely changes how Buffalo's defense can prepare for the matchup. With Mooney out, Former Bills wide receiver Ray McCloud III should receive more opportunities, along with young Casey Washington, who could also gain some space. Both show flashes of talent, but lack the same ability to stretch the field or the same chemistry with quarterback Desmond Ridder. This should make life easier for defensive coordinator Leslie Frazier, who will finally be able to adjust the defense without having to worry so much about Mooney's speed and improvisation. Furthermore, the Falcons' injury report brings other important news. Cornerback A.J. Terrell is back after 2 weeks out, bolstering Atlanta's defense. But defensive backs Billy Bowman Jr. and pass rusher Taquan Graham have officially been ruled out. This creates an interesting scenario. With the Falcons' defense far from full strength and the offense missing one of its most dangerous pieces, Josh Allen and company have everything they need to capitalize on the moment. The solid and tight end Dalton Kincaid has been growing in production, offering new possibilities in the passing game. But as much as Mooney's absence alleviates the pressure, the reality is that the Buffalo Bills still have serious defensive depth issues. The team is surviving game by game, and the injuries continue to pile up. But even with this good news that brings some trouble to Buffalo, the problems continue to pile up. The defense remains weakened, and the front office had to act quickly, making a surprising decision that no one imagined seeing in 2025. Just as everything seemed headed toward another turbulent week in Buffalo, the franchise made a decision no one expected. An emergency measure that blends hope, nostalgia, and sheer desperation. With an injury list growing with each passing week, the Bills turned to the past for stability, reactivating veteran Jordan Poyer, a former All-Pro and one of the most respected leaders in the team's recent history. The news took everyone by surprise. Poyer hadn't practiced since August, following a brief stint with the Miami Dolphins last season. At 34, the safety seemed close to retirement, but the chaos that gripped the defense forced the coaching staff to change plans. And now, the veteran has returned to the field where he earned his contract, at a time when the Buffalo Bills desperately need leadership and soul. The absences on the defensive end are concerning. Tre'Davious White and Matt Milano are still recovering from injuries. Ed Oliver has been playing at a sacrifice, and Damar Hamlin has been placed on injured reserve. Additionally, Jordan Hancock is also dealing with injuries and may not be 100% for the matchup. With so many absences, McDermott had no choice. Activating Poyer was the only viable alternative. And even though the veteran doesn't have the same physical vigor as in his prime, his presence brings something the statistics don't show: emotional leadership and tactical intelligence. Poyer knows McDermott's defensive system like few others. He was a key player in the seasons when Buffalo ranked among the best defenses in the NFL, directing communication between the secondary and the linebackers. Amid the instability that haunts the season, his voice and experience could be what separates a frustrating defeat from a crucial victory. The decision, however, exposes a bigger problem: the lack of depth on the roster. Many fans and analysts have been questioning the inaction of the front office, which, despite so many injuries, has yet to make any significant moves in the transfer market. Riq Woolen's name has been circulating again precisely for this reason. The team needs new blood, and fast. While rumors of a potential trade are gaining momentum, Poyer's activation is seen as a temporary bandage on a wound that only a major reinforcement can truly heal. Still, the psychological impact of this decision is enormous. Seeing Poyer again in the blue and red uniform rekindles memories of better days, of times when the Bills' defense commanded respect, intimidated quarterbacks, and decided games. There's a different energy in the locker room when someone like him is around. Even if he hasn't played every snap, just having him on the practice field and on the sideline is a morale boost for a weakened group. The matchup against the Falcons has become more than just a regular season game. It's a test of character, a moment that could determine whether Buffalo still has the spirit necessary to strive for something bigger in 2025. If Poyer can inspire his teammates, if the defense can hold off Atlanta's offense despite so many absences, the Bills can regain the confidence they've lost in recent weeks. So now, Bills fans, what do you think? Can Riq Woolen's arrival really transform this defense and save the season? Or will Jordan Poyer's return be the last gasp of a time trying to stay alive in the AFC? Leave your opinion in the comments, because this decision could change everything in Buffalo. Leave your opinion here, and remember to like and subscribe to the channel. I'll be back later to update you with the latest Buffalo Bills news.